Welcome back to Dark Nexus. Tonight, it's Act 4, Chapter 185. And you know what, y'all? If my math is correct, and I believe it is, once you do all the multi-part things and interludes and whatever, this is our 200th episode of this podcast.
Are you kidding me?
Isn't that wild?
Crazy.
Isn't it wild? Because it's so hard to celebrate milestone things because we're so off of actual chapter counts. I never remember until we're like right on top of it. But I did notice that this morning, and it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I'm very lucky to have shared all of this gaming with each and every one of you.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And with each and every one of you.
All of our dear friends out there
Who are listening.
We're picking up on the afternoon of Star Day, the 30th of Farast. We're in the barracks of the Stewards of the Vault, after having just raised Theraval Galanadel and Neb. Neb's just been united with Frederick. Is that what I called him?
That's what you
Yes.
called them.
Yeah, there is, of course, healing and recovering to be done. But as of now, we have told Sister Thier what we can tell Sister Thier. We have cast the raised deads that we have available to us this day. We are all, of course, battered with sanity damage, except for Gripper.
Woohoo! Which is insane.
Out of this world. And need some recovery from what we just experienced. We have a lot of things we're going to talk about on the morrow in terms of where we might go next, what we might choose to do, how we might choose to go about it. But how does the rest of this day pan out? Are we just going back and crashing? What are we thinking?
We gotta do these. I hate to keep bringing it up, but we have to do these poison saves at the end of the delay poison.
You want to wait here until that 3-hour period ends and just do it while you've got another cleric around?
Kind of
It seems like not a bad idea.
The full story of what happened while we were in there to Sister Thier.
Mm-hmm.
Probably took
Probably will
some
take
time.
until the end of the delay poison.
Oh, sure. Fair enough. Yeah.
Could we
It's more mid-afternoon then, I guess.
Yeah.
could we purchase neutralized poison
Oh, in that time?
Yeah.
during that time for 4?
It's a 4th level spell. 700 gold pieces a piece. And this is time sensitive because she could prepare them for tomorrow.
But so could we.
Tell you what. As all of this is going on and we're getting Neb and Theraval situated and beginning the period of we've got this tough moment ahead of us where suddenly we're all going to be dealing with a whole bunch of poison. Sister Thier says, over the course of the last couple of days, I did find the money that Myacne and Mun paid for their unfettered access. And I have decided it is not money I wish this organization to possess. And she brings out a small case and hands it over to you. And inside are 1,000 platinum pieces.
Oh my.
That's a very respectable sum.
So you can immediately subtract 2,800 gold pieces worth of that to buy yourself some scrolls of neutralized poison, which
So that's 28
that's
platinum.
10,000
gold.
gold pieces worth of platinum.
And we're taking how many away?
2,800. So she'll send one of these surviving stewards out to grab some scrolls for you all. And she can cast those. You detoxify any sort of venom in the creature or subject. Yeah, if the character is a creature, you must make a caster level check against the DC of each poison. Interesting. Suffers no additional and any temporary effects are ended. Very cool. All right, so...
But caster level check versus the venom, otherwise it doesn't work?
Correct. So she will cast these scrolls first, and you'll know how many, if any, of you have left to deal with. Okay. And then you can do other stuff if you want to.
All right.
And what poisons are we under the effect
Cloud kill.
of?
I forget what poison.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Let's start with Gripper.
2 of everybody's rounds are the cloud kill.
Okay.
So, starting with Gripper. Gripper has the poison that came out of Aki the homunculus's mouth in him. And it is neutralized. Gripper has 3 different doses of the poison from the giant crustacean spider crab things. So, this will be a little bit harder. 1 gone. 2 gone. 3 gone. And Gripper has
Then it's the 2
2
cloud
rounds
kills.
of cloud kill. Yeah.
Bring it.
That's a little
12th level caster.
That's a little harder. Where's that? Nope. All right. Bash has 2 doses of the crustacean poison. Gone. And 2 rounds of cloud kill. Gone.
Oh.
Not
All right. Bash is not poisoned. Dabwick, 2 rounds of cloud kill. Nope. Pandora. And gone. Okay. What are we left with?
2 cloud kills for Gripper and the Dabs.
Gripper and the Dabs.
So I've got 2 purify bodies left, which heals any physical ability damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
just in case.
It's if you fail the save and you take con damage, I can purify it today.
So knowing that we have 2 people who still will have to make some saves, what sort of buffing do we want to do in advance there, Johnny?
I
We're
am
looking at
able
stuff.
to do heal checks as a standard action to treat poison.
Excellent. You could do that on 1 person per round.
Yep.
So then who does Bash love more?
Well, they each need 2 saves, right?
Yeah, so you can do
Can
one.
Sister Theor do it?
Sister Thier will. How about Sister Thier tends to Dabs, Bash tends to Grip?
Absolutely.
First round, here we go. Sister Thier succeeds. So, Polly, you make your first fortitude save at +4, and Bash gets 4 Gripper.
Wow. Got a 37.
Yes, so Robert, you can add +4 to Gripper's save.
Okay.
You both, out of nowhere, feel cloud kill coursing through your veins.
Is it time to roll?
It's time to roll. What'd you get for Dabs there, Paul?
That's a 25.
And for Gripper?
That's not great. That's a 16. I might use an action point.
Yeah?
Honestly,
You've got an action point left?
I have 4 left after using this one.
Wow.
That was a 5, so that's a 21.
16?
What the hell?
What?
I guess you weren't.
I
preserving
didn't
spell slots.
use a lot of action pointy things.
I also have a bunch of action points left. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have spell slots to maintain.
I have 1 left.
Gripper fails.
Uh-oh.
What happens?
Okay, only 1 point of con damage.
God
Okay.
damn it, I just got it healed.
I'm gonna heal you. We just do the second one.
Okay. No +4 on this one.
Well, let me make the
We'll
check.
roll again.
Oh,
Here we
okay.
go. Next round. Sister Thier gives you the +4, Dabwick.
Thank you.
That is a 20.
Bash does not give you the +4, Gripper.
All right.
Dabs, fortitude save.
That's a 23.
Okay.
I'm going to use an action point. Good call. Yeah. That's a 29.
Translated to throw your resources away.
So 29 there for you.
Yeah.
And Robert,
It was another. I failed that one too.
you still got glitter in your eye. You take 2 more points of con damage.
Okay.
Then it's all over, and Pandora heals
Pandora
it.
casts Purify Body, and you get all that con damage back and 21 hit points if you were down.
Awesome. That was much less of a shit show than it could have been.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
So much less.
So now, having taken care
It
of
only
the poison,
costs 2,800 gold.
yes. But you spent a month's money on it.
Yeah.
So they gotta feel a little satisfying there. What is the plan for the rest of the day? Heading back to the Indigo Gorgon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess we bring these 2 with us?
Yeah, right? Gotta get another room.
We just leave the bodies of our friends here for now?
What do you do?
Well, does she have gentle repose?
She
and
can take care
she
of them.
can take
if you
care of
wish.
them. Yeah.
And do we have a Stanhope answer?
I think we're going to try it. If she's willing to cast Raise Dead.
That's not happening today.
No, I understand.
But if you want to come back tomorrow and buy the gem and all that kind of stuff, how do they know to do it? What do you think is the thing that
I don't think we're
stuck out
buying
for-
a gem unless
for
we're
Pandora?
fairly certain that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I did not get a definitive feeling from our last conversation about this.
It was definitely a maybe. Roll the dice.
Well, then I guess we could ask Sister Thier, would you be willing to ask our friend if they want to come back?
To prepare Speak with Dead for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Great. So she has some things that she will prepare for you tomorrow. She will gentle repose the bodies in the meantime.
Is there a Pharasman temple here?
There
Is
absolutely
everything
would be.
ceremony? So
Yeah.
I think if she can make contact with someone there to see to Stasi.
Yeah.
Before we leave for the day, Grip has a memory of something he had asked Stasi to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to look at her belongings and to see if Red Destiny is still with her.
It is.
It is, yeah.
He still wants to try to find a trice.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to take that.
Find the family.
I'm going to put it on my sheet.
Put it on your sheet.
I guess.
She would certainly expect that any gear she carried
Yes.
that wasn't sacred to the church
what I'm looking
would
at.
be usable by you all.
I think Dora might take Winter. Not so much to use as a weapon, but because it is the thing that meant the most to Stasi.
Yes. So the +2 dagger named Winter. Probably want to leave Winter's faith blade with her.
Yeah.
That would go with her back to the church. Gripper's taking Red Destiny. She does have a headband of inspired wisdom. +2. There's a lot of people that would be good on even those that aren't spellcasters.
Yeah, are you wearing a headband, Grip?
We're all looking at you, Grip.
It's gonna Gripper.
What? I heard someone say wisdom. I started thinking about flowers.
Babs already has one.
I
Theraval
don't
already
think I
has
have
one.
anything in a head slot. No, I don't have
I
anything
think
in a head
Pandora
slot.
would take that off of Stasi and offer it to Grip.
Yeah.
What does it look? Was it like the was it like the band on her hat? Like what was like?
I don't think
what was
so.
it?
I think it was something she wore underneath the hat.
And I think very simple because
Yes,
this
just like
this
a
comes from her
circlet.
background. She's had this the
Yeah.
whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is probably very
Very
simple and
circlet
utilitarian.
with a little spiral in the
A little
center.
spiral in the center of the forehead. Yes, like a third eye.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So she offers this to Grip. I think you might like wearing this.
Let's give it a try. Thank you. And he gives a very solemn, respectful little moment of silence for Stasi.
I love that.
That's awesome.
+2 mithril shirt.
Amulet of natural armor +1.
Pandora might also take her holy symbol.
Cloak of resistance +1. Wand of bless with 13 charges. That is something Theraval could use.
Let's put it on his sheet.
And then 2 potions of cure light wounds and 3 potions of cure mod.
I mean, I feel like those potions should go again directly to Grip.
Gripper gets 2 potions of cure light and 3 potions of cure mod. And that potion of barkskin that spent so much time on the floor can go to somebody as well.
I would say that again should go to Grip.
Yeah, take it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
All right, have we looted Stasi's corpse sufficiently?
We did it.
So-
With super respectfully.
much respect.
Yeah.
Back to the inn.
Back to the inn.
Back to the inn.
Get another room.
And we're now tucked up way at the far end of the 3rd floor after two nights ago's weird evening of noises as we burnt all the flesh off of Gripper's body.
Just a bit. Not all of it.
And again, just that absolute break in reality between what you all just went through, the horrors you've seen, but spilling back out into light and life. And this is a city and an area where there is so much light, so much warmth, so many people. And as you enter the common room of the Indigo Gorgon, so many folks in the neighborhood who just enjoy spending their time in the afternoon hanging out in this place. It's like a lot of the apartments around here are real small, and having a space here to gather in Estatira and Farin's it's basically their home is
How many people does this common room hold?
oh my goodness, it would probably hold about 40 or 50 when fully packed. I would say mid-afternoon there's probably a good 20 or 30 people in here.
Okay.
We get ourselves a new room for Theraval and Neb, and we do the tending to them that we can. And as we finally put our time in the Mysterium into the rear fucking view mirror,
God.
we all do level up. It's time. We have reached the 2nd milestone in this book as we hit big 12th level, y'all. Let's talk a little bit about what y'all made some choices this week. What you got going on?
I can kick us off.
Kick us off.
Kick us off.
All right.
Kick.
Kick us off. This is woohoo. This is a great level.
Yay.
So, we brought up Dab's wisdom score, base wisdom score to 22.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Which is
Yes,
amazing.
every 4 levels we get to add 1 point to an ability score, and Dabwick is now approaching godlike level wisdom.
Dabwick did not roll well for hit points, but that's okay. They went up in all of their saves, went up by 1. Wild Shape now goes up a level for Dabwick. They can do it 1 more time a day. That's 3 times a day.
Yay.
That's
and
awesome.
they can now become diminutive or huge creatures of the animal type.
They can literally become dinosaurs.
Wow.
They can become a
But do you get a
medium-sized.
swim speed?
Yep.
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 Yep. 90-foot climb speed, 90-foot fly speed, 90-foot swim speed, blind sense, dark vision, scent, constrict, ferocity, grab,
I do
jet,
not envy
poison,
you the
pounce,
nightmare
rake,
of picking
trample,
something
trip.
to turn into. But
All of
that's
those
really
things.
cool.
It's so amazing.
Yeah. Also, funnily enough, could also turn into a smaller medium plant creature, in case that ever comes out.
And in addition to being able to become a medium-sized elemental, all elemental forms they take now, small or medium, are significantly beefier in that the dex or strength or
Sweet.
con and natural armor bonus that form grants bumps up for all of them simultaneously. So
That's awesome.
yeah, all of these forms are becoming deadlier and more actually like combat manageable. than-
Yes,
than maybe
right.
some early on ones were.
That's exciting.
Added a 5th level and a 6th level spell per day.
Yay.
Raised sheltering walls duration by a round, and
Sweet.
aura of protection number of rounds went up by 1.
Awesome. That
Yeah.
actually got a bunch of use in the last couple weeks, which is great.
Absolutely, it's a great utility. And then a bunch of skill ranks in knowledge, which I guess I won't need anymore.
Ever again because of Pandora.
Oh.
So as this over the course of this afternoon, as they're this passage of time and this recovery is happening, and they would find time to do their daily meditation, which is probably when if we want to look at the moment where the level happens,
yeah,
probably
yeah.
happens during that. Not to put you on the spot, I don't think you have a full meditation prepared, but what is on Dabs' mind as they reflect on what they went through today and what they've gone through in the last, it has been 7 days since you woke up at the beginning of this book.
Come on.
7
It's
days.
ridiculous. Wow.
I was really struck, and I think so. I'm projecting for Dabwick the fate of Sister Laylee. She was the person we discovered who had placed their spear up against the wall and ran face first into it. I think what's lingering for Dabwick is they understand it.
Oh. The choice.
The choice. She chose it. She chose that. And they get it. They get it. They know that alive is better. Being alive is better. But in the situation that she was in, Dabwick understands. And I think Dabwick's also feeling concerned about being a week behind.
Yeah.
We're always behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with those thoughts, Dabwick emerges from meditation stronger.
Awesome. Who's next?
I'll go.
Gripper.
So let's see. 12th level stat. I bumped up con. It's a weird level because all my stats are even, so I don't get any material bonus from it. But at 16th level, I'll have a 20 Constitution, and then I'll have even more hit points. Skills. I put 1 in Intimidate, 2 in Perception. Saves. Everything goes up. I like that when all the saves go
Yeah.
up. BAB up. This is a fun thing. My unarmed strike now does 2d8 damage.
2d8?
Uh-huh.
God.
And the Dan Bong now, because of my the close fighting class trait,
And the monk's robes, too.
and the monk's robe, the Dan Bong does 2d6.
Amazing.
So much damage.
So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Let's see, no feats this time. Oh, martial flexibility gets a little
This is also great.
beef up.
Little.
Yeah. So if you'll recall, at 10th level, I could gain 3 feats. I could do 1 feat as a free action, 2 feats as a swift action, or 3 feats as a move action. At 12th level, I can do 1 feat as an immediate action.
Immediate action.
Are you wow.
That's the thing that has really been lacking from I wish I could just. Yeah.
Or I can do 3 as a swift.
Oh my god.
Now, could I also, if there's not 3 I want to take, can I do 2
Yes.
as a swift? Is
Yeah,
that okay?
Yeah, up to 3
No,
for sure.
you have to take a
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
So that's pretty boss.
Yeah.
And I get to use it another couple times a day, I think. The other cool thing, Brawler's Strike, in addition to striking as a
right.
magic weapon, in addition to striking as cold iron and silver, it now has an alignment component. So my unarmed strikes also strike as good weapons.
Yeah, huge.
So in
awesome.
case we fight anything evil, I think
That's awesome.
I think that's it. I think that's 12 for me.
That's great.
That's great.
That's so cool.
Just to keep consistent, I rolled a 9 on my hit points, so my hit point total is now 129.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna say it. I made it into the 70s.
Yay!
And what's sticking out to Gripper upon reflection from this day? I know you've already mentioned he's having feelings about having spent the day so much smarter. I know that's already cooking in his head, but
I feel like now that there's not immediate danger, I feel like he's touching his forearms a lot.
so smooth.
So smooth like a baby. I think he's reflecting a little on how convinced he was going to be useless on this most recent endeavor,
Yeah, he really was.
given how everything seemed to be focused like a laser at his
Yeah.
those mental weaknesses that are just his thing.
And how certain he was going to be a liability sanity-wise.
Yes,
And
I was convinced like that there was no way he would not just go totally mad and have to deal with Sholn again
yep.
and have to like endanger a party member because of this thing that
Yes.
now he knows is a hallucination, but he knows when it happens it's going to be real. And the fact that he wasn't that, I think is, I don't know that he knows what that means.
Now he's got a new headband.
Yeah, I was
going
gonna
to
say,
He
He
does have a new bedroom, so he's going to wear that headband for a day and suss that out a little bit.
yeah.
But he, I don't know. I think he's got a spark of, he contributed in ways that weren't hitting, and that's always kind of a novelty for him. And it wasn't just. He had ideas, and he liked contributing some ideas.
Yeah.
So I think he's a little wistful about that.
I love that for him.
And yeah, I think he's gonna sit around tonight and see what knots he remembers how to tie.
Nice. How about Bash?
All right, Bash, this is a pretty fun level. I got a new talent, and I took one that I have been circling around for a while and finally took, which is
For 6 years of our life.
Infusion,
There it is.
which means that others can use your extracts. And the really cool thing about this is not just that others can use it, but that when the investigator creates an extract, he can infuse it with an extra bit of his own magical power. The extract created now persists even after the investigator sets it down. So that doesn't mean that I have to make it and hand it to you and you have to drink it right then. It means I could make it and give it to you, and it's like a potion for that
for
day.
a day. Yeah.
Still goes inert after a day, though, right?
Yes.
I believe it. Yeah, it still
That's-
goes inert after like
Wow.
24
That's
hours.
pretty
That's really cool.
But so that means that
Do
I
you have
could
bull
give you.
strength in your?
I
Just
think
asking
I
for
It was in
will.
Muns. It was in Muns.
So
Yeah.
I think that I will.
But he also has some really good ones.
I have some really fun ones that I think Grip in particular is going to be
Yes.
very excited about.
Yes.
Which I think I'll keep.
You wanna
those.
save 'em?
I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
save them
yeah,
just because
save
they'll be fun to experience in the moment.
When your enemies do.
Oh yeah, they will not like that. And then I also got, this is gonna, even though we were just dealing with all that poison, I am now immune to poison.
later.
Excellent timing.
Completely immune to poison, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I put my skill ranks into a couple things, so now I have just a few things that are maxed out. Disable device is now completely maxed out,
Sweet.
which feels
Right.
totally appropriate considering that all we did was sneak around and try to open things. Perception is now completely maxed out. Use magic device is completely maxed out, and stealth is almost completely maxed out. And those are sort of the main things that I got.
We know he's still gripped by this madness, and we've seen that demonstrated for the past several months. What else is on his brain in terms of reaction to what's just happened that he might not be sharing with the others? How he's processing what you all went through and what might be coming next?
He didn't make a big deal out of it, but when they left the mudroom, he took up Pox's body that he had laid out on the cube, and just sort of like slid it back into the space and stuff. So I think while they're in their room and stuff, he pulls Pox's body out and gets like a basin of water and cleans and sort of prepares him to be buried, but treats his body with like love and respect and just sorrow for this poor animal that was just suffered and died in terror, like so many of our friends did, even the ones that came back.
Yeah.
And all the different priests that die, like just that feeling of having survived this heist or job or whatever, because he's still sort of in that mindset of like, this is the job, this is the thing.
Yeah.
But like being very aware, even with all the things that are going on, how lucky he is to still be here. And thinking about Katerina and her in this other dimension, and how he can't even say her name and can't have anybody reach out to her.
Can't check in on her.
And, I think it ends with him like, cracking open his amulet and sort of looking at her. But then, of course, as he is, his eye is drawn to the other side and sees the child there as well.
The dark young of Shub-Niggurath. And Pandora.
Yeah, so big level. I raised my intelligence 1 to 24. When you raise a point of intelligence and it makes a difference in your modifier, that means you get a backlog of skill ranks to add, so you can basically just max out a whole new skill.
What new knowledge skill did you max out?
In honor of the Mysterium, Dungeoneering.
Wow.
It feels like we never have that.
We have it. We have it.
I guess that's true. I don't know. That one always feels like...
But tell us what your bonuses are now, Kate.
Yeah, so also, one of the things I got with my new discipline was a feature called Past Lives. I don't know if we've talked about it yet, but I can add half my level to all knowledge checks.
Oh.
So it's like having Bardic Inspiration, but as a psychic, because I'm drawing on so much experience from previous lives.
So you really do know
Arcana,
everything.
29.
That's the bonus?
Yes.
Dungeoneering, 28.
Ludicrous.
And then History is also 29. Planes is also 29. And Religion is 28.
Just a baseline of 30 on these checks. Like, we're at this level where it's just like, she probably knows it.
I'm guessing we have more rituals in our future.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't want to fail those checks.
Yes.
And, but also, like, save DCs go up. I get a new bonus 3rd level spell slot for that, and that's really cool. BAB and all my saves went up. I did get a discipline. I get 6th level spells at this level too. And I'm going to tell you what everything that I took, because it's kind of boring and utilitarian. But I'm actually not going to tell you what my discipline spell is for 6th level. This is so dumb, and I'll never use it. But if I ever do use it,
it'll be a fun
It'll
surprise.
be a moment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just leave it at that. But the spell I chose was Greater Dispel Magic, which does more stuff and does it better. I, Katie, as a player, have a 20-year history of hatred with Dispel Magic, because it works like one time out of every 50 that you use it, and it's annoying to me. So Greater Dispel Magic seemed like a good choice. At 12th level, a psychic can swap out any other spell from their list if they want to. So I swapped out Dispel Magic for Thought Shield 2. I already had Thought Shield 1, which is an immediate action spell, which gives you a +6 to your will save. And with my gimping myself with the Glimpse Beyond on my will save, it seemed like maybe I could make up for it by having access to Thought Shield 2. Which means I could replace Thought Shield 1 from my 2nd level spell list because I can now downcast it. And I replaced that with Mirror Image, which she took in honor of Sister Renna, who stood in front of a dread wraith and took a hit and lost an image instead of her life.
Yeah.
I think that's me.
I mean, that spell is going to keep you alive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good spell. I actually didn't realize it was a psychic spell till like today or whenever we chose the spell. So like I was like, why didn't I have that before?
I should maybe just put that on my sheet.
Not sure why I have these other spells I never cast, but okay. Yeah.
And I know you got some things coming up in the future, but anything else going on in Pandora's Head today in response to this day?
I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what it would feel like to have a 24 intelligence.
Did you have success?
No, obviously, because in life I probably have a 10, if that. So I think she's been in the past week since she woke up, she's been in a much more open place as far as processing emotions as things happen, rather than saying I'll deal with it later. So she is, of course, this day grieving Stasi and potentially Stanhope and all of the stewards and the cost for this heist that Lowell's
forced on you all.
Forced upon us all. But she is also tallying things like the death of my Acne and Mun.
Yeah.
And the knowledge that I think I might be smarter than Lowell's. And that might make a difference. And again, holding tight and close the knowledge that Lowell's doesn't know who I am, doesn't know what he's up against, that I am not Tima, and I do not have her weaknesses and vulnerabilities. And while I might have other weaknesses and vulnerabilities, he doesn't know what they are. And so her eye is definitely turning to what is next and how do we now deal with him. She's turning a cold eye on Lowell's at the moment.
As far as you know, he may still think you are in near coma states.
Yes.
At Briarstone.
As far as we know, yeah.
Yes.
He thinks we're dead or just out of the picture.
Yeah.
I mean, Mun was
like
shocked.
He pulled one over on us for sure in the Mysterium. But we are ultimately pulling one over on him to an
behind the
extent
scenes
that he
the whole
can't
time.
even fucking imagine.
Yes. He has no idea what's coming after him.
Because we survived
I hadn't
what
even
he did
thought
to
of that.
us.
Yeah, he really thinks he cleared the way, right? He left you behind.
And he keeps
mindless.
doing that as he's going along. He's like knocking more pieces off of like anybody that knew him, anybody that had any connection to the old him, anybody who rubbed his face in it. It seems like he's like making it personal and being like,
gone.
You thought that you were better than me? Boom, I'm going to take you out.
I'm sure this group of mercenaries he's traveling with has got a long lifespan ahead of them.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think we could. I'm trying to think of things we can wrap up on this day as well. It would be, I love this idea that you had, Johnny. It would be easy enough to make happen. Yes, indeed. Sometime later in the afternoon, you could hold the ring gate in your hand. Dabwick could leap into the air, transform into a fish, go through it, pop out at the bottom of the river, grab the other ring at the bottom of the river, and then just swim back up, shake the water off them, and walk back to the hotel.
Yeah.
So you do now indeed have a pair of ring gates.
Who's holding those?
Well, if we're going to do that, then I'd actually say what we should do is I should hold the one where something goes into it, and you should hold the one where something comes out of it. Because that means that I could literally, in the middle of a combat,
these down on every battlefield that we enter from now on.
I could give you, in the middle of a battle, an extract that you could take and use if you needed it.
We will now be playing Portal, basically, effectively. So we're not doing it.
So is there an activation of it, or is it
There
just...
is an
Yeah,
Okay.
so we have to work it out, but it's psychic alien magic. Yeah.
So there is basically, you have to turn them on as a standard action, each of the rings, and then they just stay on until you deactivate them. So if you
program them or anything,
No,
they're
and you don't
tied
have-
already.
Right. So it's a matter of, you have to puzzle out the command words, but that's easy enough to do when someone syncs like identifier.
Do
into it.
things move through them, or can you also look through them?
You can stick your head out, poke your head around, look around, and then duck back in.
But you can. It's not like a window, so you have to.
It is
you have
not
to
a
break
window.
the
You have to
plane.
You have
through
to
it.
break the
Okay.
plane. You have
You
no
could just
sight.
put it over your head.
Yes. Yeah, you just like drop it over your head like a hat, look around some other location, and then
Where you are a disembodied
And
head.
then you're
Yes.
like a meerkat.
yes. It's like that scene in the Dungeons and Dragons movie too. It's exactly, it's just like she pokes her head through and sees what's going on in the cart. Yeah,
Right.
it is totally that. Very small. It's very small. So a medium-sized creature literally cannot pass through it. A small-sized creature can pass through with an escape artist check,
I
or
have a
like a
s-
diminutive animal.
I have a scroll of reduced person too that I can use with the mnemonic vestments in a pinch.
Great. So be thinking about you. Obviously, this is a really fun tool to have at your disposal, and I'm sure it's going to lead to shenanigans. And I look forward to embracing those shenanigans. Overnight, it's been a long time for us, but it was just yesterday that the prisoner reached out for the 4th time through your dreams to tell you the story of the Yithians on the planet Golarion. They do so again tonight. And because it's been so long for us, let me just remind you of what we saw in these 4 dreams. In the first one, ages and ages ago, the Yithians reached Golarion by means of body swapping across time into the bodies of an ancient species that was living here. Those weird fungal cone-shaped bodies that they now inhabit. In the second dream, you saw that the flying polyps arrived on Golarion, enslaved the Yithians, and built all the Star Stele. 3 in the southern hemisphere in this city they carved out of basalt, Neruzavin. 3 in Thrushmore. And 2 on Briarstone Isle before those ones up there were killed by the Serpent Folk. In the third dream, you saw that sometime later the Yithians rose up and overthrew the flying polyps and imprisoned them deep in the earth below Neruzavin. And finally, this last one, after discovering that some of the flying polyps had escaped Golarion unnoticed during the war, the Yithians tracked them to a totally different planet, intending to eradicate them. However, on that world, they encountered Jamandor. And this completely fucked up their senses of perception, their ability to see and communicate across time started to go bonkers. They blew the planet up, but in doing so, in classic Gaming with Me style, they inadvertently sent a tiny piece of Jamandor flying right back at Golarion. They did the very thing they were trying to prevent.
Did the polyps bring Jamandor to that planet, or was Jamandor on that planet when the polyps went there?
Unknown.
Okay.
But before that point, in their timeline, the Yithians had not yet encountered Jamandor. And you know that they have lived before and after all of this in different bodies, but they had somehow never yet come across Jamandor. So these 20 Yithians, one of which was the prisoner that had been left on Golarion to guard those wards keeping the flying polyps trapped below the earth, were then abandoned by the rest of the great race. That's where we left off. Tonight, of course, this new dream begins with the same dread and despair you always feel as your dreams of God blend with your dreams for God and from God, but then punching through all of it is the bell from the Shrine of Thafar. And all 4 of you hear the weak whisper in your mind.
You will doubt my motivations after all we've been through. We haven't been through it yet. When is now? When is now? Very well, I will show you if you insist.
And then 20 Yithian guardians stand in a circle underground, waving their tentacles and pincers, doing, as always, incomprehensible alien shit. And you see the one right there that you understand to be the prisoner, and the voice says,
You already know my name, of course, but it is Kaklatov.
Kaklatoth, the prisoner. The 20 Yithians left behind to protect Golarion. To maintain the wards of the subterranean prison where the horde of flying polyps lies slumbering and trapped, these 20 Yithians have just absorbed the contents of the mnemonic depository left them by their kin, and they grapple with their new reality. They can never rejoin the Great Race. To do so would be to destroy them all. But these 20 remaining Guardians are now solely responsible for protecting the Great Race and Golarion and the entire galaxy from this terrible storm of polyps trapped in the earth beneath this city. They can never leave. This world is their home now and forever. And they must find a way to come to peace with this, these 20 Yithians. So they do. They take shifts. Each of the 20 watches the wards with singular focus for a century, and then passes the responsibility on to the next one in the chain. And while not watching the wards, the others work. They explore the ins and outs of their cone-shaped bodies with a level of scrutiny they've never really needed to apply before in their long, long history. And it turns out that with the proper treatments, with rejuvenation and stasis pods, they can be made to live much, much longer than the scant 5,000 years the original inhabitants of these bodies squeezed out of them. And so the centuries and eventually the ages begin to pass. And a new routine is established. At any given moment, one Guardian watches and wakes. 9 lie in their pods, rejuvenating and hibernating, and 10 are allowed to live. And they do. They live for centuries at a time. They swap bodies with the other life forms that come and go on Golarion. They learn and watch and process, and they live as best they can. And when their time in the cycle comes, they return for their shift, watching the wards, and then they hibernate for a time, and then out they come, ready for more living, ready to make the best of these lives of service and sacrifice, rinse and repeat for ages. It is not an ideal life, but they make it work. They have to, or all is lost, not just for the Great Race, but for this planet, this singular little planet here floating, lonely in the dark, this place that has slowly become home to this small group of Yithians. But as time passes, of course, they also begin to experience the slow degradation of their sight and understanding. Past, present, and future start to collapse ever so slowly into that sad, flat, pale, nearly lifeless thing that we call now. It doesn't entirely collapse, of course, but mostly, and living just now is a kind of death for them. Maybe not a death, but certainly a prison. Yet they learn to live with it, inside of it, because they have no other choice. And it's all because of Carcosa's influence. They are too close. And they understand how close exactly when, of course, Jamador comes literally crashing down into the heart of their city, right above the wards. And from that point on, they have to spend the rest of their days in physical proximity to the inmost blot. At least it's sleeping. That's good.
If we leave it, perhaps it will sleep forever.
And from that point forward, their duty is now twofold: guard the wards and allow nothing to disturb the starseed. The entire world is relying on them. And so it does, unknowingly, for ages.
And then it happens.
Kaklatoth is experiencing life in the body of a human woman named Ilari, and you see Ilari, chained in her cell in Blossoming Thorn, or you see Ilari's body with Kaklatoth in it. Brown, wind-scoured, leathery skin, eyes cloudy with glaucoma, long, thin, wispy gray hair. And here it is again. The very first piece of artwork I ever shared with you all, way back in January of 2020. Kaklatoth as Ilari, the prisoner. They have been with us, though you didn't know it, from the very beginning. And you see them in their cell when the call comes.
Breach in the wards detected. All return at once.
And so Kaklatoth swaps back into their body, only it doesn't work. They haven't tried to switch back for over 60 years, so they don't know exactly when whatever happened, but somehow, for some reason, it doesn't work. Something has happened, something they could not foresee. Again and again, they try to swap back, but they are stuck in this metaphysical prison of flesh and in this literal prison of chains and misery. The flying polyps are right now breaching containment. The Guardians must join the fight, but Kaklatoth can't. Panic, fear, dread, these feelings overwhelm you. You feel them as they felt them. And then calm. Focus.
Look. See.
It's gotten so hard to do so, but still Kaklatoth tries. What happens?
What happens to me?
They can't see much these days besides the slim, grim now, and they can only just barely process what they do see.
I am freed. I think.
But by who? They don't know. But they feel something, some primal connection, a connection to four beings that they somehow think of as saviors? No, that's not quite right. There is no such thing as a savior. But cruxes, somehow? So they reach out.
Locating. Locating.
It's not working. Kaklatoth can't find them. Either they're too weak or there's some sort of...
Identify the nature of the interference.
Nothing.
Commence probing.
They can't find their minds because their minds have been broken, but pieces of their true selves, pieces of their souls, pieces of who they were and who they will become live on in the dark caverns of their subconscious minds. So Kaklatoth probes and pokes.
Wake up, save.
And then you feel this terrible weariness. You feel the effort and pain it is taking for Kaklatoth to talk to you this way. You feel exactly how unsustainable it is for them and how they simply cannot manage it anymore. This may be the end. But just before the connection is cut, Kaklatoth whispers one last time.
A message for you. From you. When we meet, ask me about my theories while there is still time. Brain function sporadic and deteriorating. Must return to Neruzavin as soon as...
The bell tolls again. And then... Pandora, you're in a new dream. But you're not on the horse any longer. You dismounted that horse. You're focused on a piece of equipment, a tool, or something. You're fixing it, adjusting it. What is this thing? Fear the corpse orgy. Grip does. Grip fears it. Grip prefers not to think about it. Fear the corpse orgy. Roni, however, bends his mind towards it. And we'll come back to this. While Dabwick the magpie soars through the sewers of Casimir, you hear the beating of your own wings, but you're hearing less and less of your quarry up ahead. You're seeing less and less of those flashes of white because why were you even following it in the first place? It's so hard to remember. What is in your heart?
Curiosity.
And you all wake on the 31st of Farast, and of course you wake to the sound of the city coming to life, coming to the worship of Sarenrae. And Pandora hears it. What does she do?
I think she goes to the window and sits next to the window while the city is coming to life in this way at dawn. And she gets in her meditative pose. And the images that come to her are still of that creature who lives alone in the wood, lives off the land,
In the cave.
and meets with others of their kind. But she pushes those images away to clear her mind. And she lets in the light of the dawnflower coming from the city. And she seeks connection to it. And as the city warms and she sinks deeper into this meditative state, it's like she's pushing through images and thoughts and emotions.
Layers of them, perhaps?
Layers of them, looking for one in particular. And like a beacon, like the sun rising, comes this person who is like bigger than life, big personality, flaming red hair, speaks rapidly to everyone, gives orders and makes comments, and is just moving through like a church full of people she knows, and she belongs there, and she is of this community, and she is a vibrant member of this community. And that is what Pandora latches onto. This person. This is who I want today. And she plucks from that person a specific memory, like, again, filtering through, pushing through, not that thing, but this one.
Making a choice this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And finds this woman at the center of a banquet table full of all these people she's seen throughout the other memories of the church and the greeting and stuff. And they are celebrating something. She doesn't know what. But that's the memory she plucks. A happy one. A ceremony, there's a feeling of ceremony, of commemorating something or what have you. And that is what she plucks today. A cleric spell. Called Bountiful Banquet.
Okay, sure.
She dresses, tries not to wake Dabwick, goes downstairs, just says, I'd like to host an hour of feasting today in this space for whomever comes.
And as Tatira says, of course it shall be as you wish. And the rest of you come out of your dreams in your own time. And boy, Sebastianus is stuck on the corpse orgy. It's like a thing that was whispered. You spent many years in Blossoming Thorn. And this is a site, such a horrible place. And that holding on to somebody for years at a time was not biting lashes practice. So essentially, Roni was stuck in a room. Every once in a while, there'd be somebody else in there with him for a while. Every once in a while, he'd get out to the hole at the center of this place, get a chance to see the sun. But that life was just miserable. Saved only by the addition of grip and what eventually came to pass between these two. But there's this story that went around the very few occasions you ever got to talk to any of the other souls that passed through this place about the corpse orgy. This thing that was created by the Pact Masters. There's no escape for slaves and prisoners through the streets of Okano. To do so is madness or the act of a child. Because the entire business of the city is geared towards preventing that from happening. So for a period of time, there were rumors about if you could just get down under the city, into the sewers, into what were called the sweatways, There were people down there who could help you, who could get you out, who could get you down to the ocean on the other side of the mountains. But not after the Pact Masters created the corpse orgy, which is described through legend as this rolling ball of dead slaves that kills anything it comes across and adds their body to its horrific, partially living mass. We sort of talked about, as Gripper was dealing with that memory he recovered when you were doing the ritual on him, there are just parts of these people's lives that, even despite the return of the memory from the Mad Poet, there's just still awful shit that they have kept repressed.
Oh, we swore to never talk of it.
There you
again.
go. There you go.
When we got out, we swore that there is now. That doesn't exist.
When you were sold to Lols,
Yes.
there was some conversation between point A and point B
Yes.
where it was, this is never discussed again.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are out. We are never going back there. Regardless of what happens, we are never going back there.
And how much of this, as I sprinkled the corpse orgy into Act 1, in my...
One of the first psychometry readings,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or visions or
I think
something.
Gripper's first dream.
Was that what it was?
Yep.
When he was chased by the... Yeah.
Yeah, and then it popped into a Gull one later. So the story I had told myself at the time, as trying to just be consistent and make some context, was that Gripper actively did not think about this thing, and Roni at the time, plotter planner, was focused on, well, if I ever have to run across it, maybe I should at least contemplate it. But as time went on, it sounds like maybe the two of you decided never again. We do not discuss what happened there. We'll find out now between the two of you. But how much of this do you think comes back to Gripper? Is this something he's ready to face or think about?
To yes and all of that. I think that might make him remember. I think as he's sitting in there working on knots and looking over at Bash, doing whatever the fuck he's doing, I think he has that memory of, oh yeah, fuck, we're gonna have to go back there, aren't we?
He's not meeting your eyes.
I'm not saying that to you.
No,
but I'm looking at you. That's
he
what
can feel you looking at him. He is not meeting your eyes. We are not having this conversation.
Unspoken conversation.
I thought I was the one that wanted to avoid thinking about it. That's what's going on in his head.
Yeah, we have a weird... If we do make the decision to go to Okano, it's a weird thing where two of you have spent time there, but mostly in one room, but you have seen other parts of it. And I didn't flesh out much of that time there, but, this is something to start thinking about. How much do you remember? How much can you face?
I think that part of my skills as a healer come from there, because I was
necessity, right?
Out of necessity. I was one of the ones that was used to try to keep some of them alive.
Yes.
And so, small acts of kindness in there, but also being used.
Yes.
To do this.
Yes.
And so that's part of how we survived. It's just massive amounts of shame and the fact that we got out, the fact that we're still alive, and we just escaped from this awful thing that took so many lives, and just not, and I think this vision of seeing Paklatoth as this old woman, and recognizing
in the exact same room that you lived in,
and not even being it, just something about it just kind of shutting me down.
So Gripper recognizes how much it's the exact same room as well, recognizing this shutting down going on. And I think one thing I would also add into this little stew of, and we'll talk more about what we just saw from Kaklatoth as the day gets rolling here too. But I think one thing that Pandora would also understand is those visions that you are being sent, those memories are somehow in or near Okano as well. That this bell from this famous shrine there has now sunk into your memories from past lives, and you have also been there at some point that you're only just now processing and coming to understand. So Dabwick's on this whole other quest of their own, flying through the sewers of Casimir, and the three of you are sitting in a stew of, on top of all that just happened with Kaklatoth, bombarded with Okano, and this weird place of remembering but not remembering, fearing, not wanting to face, dreading to face, mixed in that whole mess.
I love how this entire game, like, therapy has been like this huge part where we all, when we're insane, we sit around, we talk about what we're feeling, and we work through it. And now all of a sudden, here's Bash and Grip just sitting in that room going, no.
Yeah.
Just not talking about what they're feeling at all, which is such a departure from what we've been up to now.
I think it's because Pandora's downstairs making
and frankly,
plans
because
else.
Stasi's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, she was really one of the people who helped draw you all out.
I mean,
on that boat trip.
Grip's therapist of choice.
Yes.
A really good listener.
Yep. Yeah.
At some point, we're going to have to tell him about the corpse orgy.
If you say that to him, he does not. It's as if nothing was said.
Now, here's something. I suspect Theraval has this vision from Kaklatoth as well. Fucking mind-blowing.
Because of the seed?
Not necessarily. So, Theraval did experience this voice talking to him in Interlude Part 2 when you all first entered.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait.
When the same message was delivered to both parties simultaneously across 5 days of time, 7 days of time, whatever it was. So with all of that churning in your head, everyone heads down to the common room where Pandora has cast a spell that I don't even know. What is the spell?
Bountiful Banquet. You conjure a beautiful and delicious feast with hors d'oeuvres, 4 courses worth of food and plentiful drink. I think I might cast it twice because you said the common room holds about 40 people and it's 2 people
And there is a breakfast
level.
rush. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also would like to send a message to Sister Thyr if she would like to join us. I don't know if she will, but if she, this only lasts an hour, but it's elaborate and beautiful, and because it's a cleric spell and because of who I pulled it from, it looks like that banquet I pictured in the memories of this past life.
Yeah.
Like it looks like there's formal silverware. I can't make furniture, but like everything is really elegant. And like if I cast the druid version of this spell, it would have been like nature roasted berries and books. But it's the cleric version in a well-funded temple.
Yes.
So it's roasts and elaborate dishes and meals and things like that. And it doesn't last very long.
But it's available for everybody who's there.
It's available for everybody who comes in.
Oh, that's
Or
beautiful.
just wants for an hour for us to feel part of the world that we're trying to save. If Sister Thyr comes.
So you basically ask Estatir to send a runner over to them.
Yeah, just be like, if you would like to join us for a meal, I'd like to express our gratitude for helping our friends and stuff like that.
She doesn't show up during that time, so tell me how that time goes.
She's playing host. She's making sure everyone's eating and trying all the dishes and that, Neb finds something that he likes, and there's something for the meerkat.
Everybody finds something that they
everybody
like.
finds something that they like. She's just making sure that everybody's fed and nourished and ready for whatever is next. But also interacting with the community. Like she's asking people what they do and who they are, and she wants to. They spend so much time isolated in their own shit that she wants to remember why they want to save the world in the first place. It's not all awful, that people are living simple, happy lives and have friendships and small wants and needs and dreams and college and ambitions and hopes and dreams. You know, that is why we're doing this.
That's so lovely. And do all these characters partake in this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dabwick loves community.
Bash goes down and gives the appearance of being there, but feels completely disconnected, and this amount of people feels dangerous, too much. Like, in his mind, he's already back in that room.
This is overwhelming.
And it is so much
Yeah.
that's going on right now. And so he's trying to just sort of like mechanically put the spoon into the bowl, put the food into his mouth. This is what human beings do.
Oh, God. Yep. And near the end of the feast, a steward of the vault that you haven't talked to personally, but you recognize from standing outside on that very first day that you passed, which I guess was just 3 days ago, though it was like 6 months ago in our life, Sister Shapari. And she's not in her full steward getup. She has her quarterstaff, she has her armor, but she's wearing traveling clothes, and she has a haversack. And she takes Pandora aside. I regret to inform you that Sister Thea has performed her final duty for the stewards of the vault. She went in this morning and re-triggered the wards and will remain inside until it seals forever. This was not an easy decision for her, but it had to be done, and she did so willingly. Thank you for all you did for us, and all you saved all of these people from. I know very few will ever know what you did, but we know. Brother Manon, Brother Karash, Brother Iram, Sister Bahameen, and Brother Rasul. I'm going now to find Sister Izora and tell her all that happened. She will know your names as well. Thank you. Do not be sad for this. This is what we vowed. I leave with a full heart.
Thank you for taking the time to tell me this.
She takes your hand. She's very clearly working to hold it together.
Yeah. Pandora covers that hand with her own. I wish you peace.
If you can find it, I wish you the same.
Thank you.
And that's the end of chapter 185. We'll find out what our next steps are next week. Dark Nexus is produced by Plug and Hum Productions. This podcast uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. This podcast is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, please visit paizo.com. That's Paizo.com. Dark Nexus uses music and soundscapes by Syrinscape. Check them out at Syrinscape.com. That's Syrinscape.com. Opening and closing themes, along with additional music composed by Rob Kauzlaric. Artwork for Dark Nexus is by Matt Wahlquist. And thanks to DMCP, Richard and Ari, Paul and Shannon, Scotty, Jason, Jess, Joe, Chelsea, Matt, Dave, Derek, Darren, Michaela, J.H., the Biscuit Buddies, and everyone we've gamed with over the years for all the memories and inspiration.
Yay!
I've been waiting for this my whole
And we
life.
level. Level!
Double level.